Good, I'm ready.
What's the date? It's April 1, right? So April Fool's Day, right?
You got me, Cliff.
Roger Federer, born and lives in Switzerland. And he's about to serve here as you take a look at the glimpse eye view of the stadium court lit at night.
Take a seat quickly, please. Thank you. Players are ready.
The one thing, Cliff, that Federer's talked about the last couple of days is that he hasn't been particularly happy with his serve here. And that's something that he wants to improve in this match against Agassi. A lot of ones for Federer. One loss, #1 in the race, #1 overall. 2002 runner-up here, as we mentioned, losing to Agassi.
You said Roger Federer struggled a couple of matches here. Actually lost a set.
Actually twice, believe it or not. Beat Rokas easily. Zabaleta served for the match in the second set there. Zabaleta came back. Mario Ancic, the big serving Croatian, took a set off him and played him very tough in the third set as well. Then he rolled over Henman.
Thirty all.
30 all.
Agassi didn't like the call on that second serve. He's taking a look at where the ball landed. Shot spot says it just caught the line. And that's where Federer's serve is so good under pressure. Comes up with a great second serve.
Game point.
I really think, Cliff, that in Australia, that when they played that quarterfinal, that Agassi came out trying to do too much. You see Mirka, Federer's girlfriend, manager. Agassi was almost so excited, he was so pumped up that I think he tried to go out of his comfort zone, and he needs to just stay the course early here. Oh, that's in.
Oh.
Federer's there.
Spectacular one-handed slice down the line, clips the line, and Federer's there to put it away. Watch.
Good hustle from Agassi there, but Federer able to stretch Agassi out, knock off the forehand.
Game point. Federer.
Yes, Federer.
Well, some of the matches that they have played, they may forget. But there's one that they will probably never forget. It was on the helipad in Dubai, and here's Federer talking about the whole thing.
It's just such a unique place. You know, it's so quiet. You get unbelievable views, and there's basically nothing around it. You know, it's just like sitting there in the air. And you know, when the tournament contacted me and told me, look, we would like you and Andre. You know, Andre being there in Dubai for the first time, and you being the double defending champion, and being there for many times as on vacation as well. We would like you to play on the helipad. I said, that's my dream, you know. So let's do it, you know. Went up there, and as we walk up, you know, they had nets, courts, everything was up there, you know. So we played, and for like 45 minutes, and we couldn't stop laughing and smiling, and we enjoyed it so much.
You notice there were no lobs, and they weren't running too far
No,
from behind the
no
baseline.
one sprinting too quickly, but what a scene that was.
15 left.
Darren Killer Cahill, Andre Agassi's coach. Been with him now for 3 years about.
Just about that.
Wife, Steffi Graf, likes this area as well. Andre's won it 6 times. Steffi Graf has won it 5 times here at the NASDAQ 100. So this is home for the two of them. In the tennis sense, anyway. Agassi with a game point.
Agassi just shy of his 35th birthday. Good start to the year at 16-4. Currently at number 8 in the race. Of course, we've talked about his success here. Last year he went out early. Agustin Colari of Argentina beat him. Federer looking like the serve is locked in so far. He's only missed 1 first serve. Federer knows, Cliff, that if he could serve well against Agassi, it just puts so much pressure on Agassi's own serve.
Won 6 here. He's won 5 in Washington, San Jose, which is closer to home for him. He's won that 5 times. Was open 4 times. Federer holds. It's 2 games to 1. We're on serve. This is live coverage of the NASDAQ 100 Open men's semi-final. Rafael Nadal waiting for the winner. This is part of the nightlife scene of Miami, and it's quite spectacular. It's really something different. This is a glimpse eye view of the NASDAQ 100 Open Stadium, tennis center at Crandon Park, and we're delighted to have the blimp here, aerial coverage courtesy of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. It's a fleet of, not blimps, they call them airships. Travel with peace of mind on Goodyear's new Assurance tires.
Thank you. Players are ready. Sit down quickly, please.
Agassi to serve, trailing 1-2. We're on serve. He had no trouble winning his first serve game. He's up against the world's top player, Roger Federer. Postscript on Nadal Ferrer this afternoon, Patrick.
Routine. Nadal just too much game, too solid from the back of the court. Good run for Ferrer, but Nadal announcing his arrival, I think, to the big time. I mean, obviously the Davis Cup final was tremendous, but he's going nowhere but up quickly. Agassi has been able to cruise through the field so far. See the rest of his drill. That first set against Gaudio was very tough, physically demanding. An hour and 25 minutes it took, and then he rolled in the second.
You said he's got to get out to a good start, Patrick,
yeah.
And I agree. He's got to stay in front, doesn't he? Give Federer an early break, and
then it could really be trouble. I mean, they're both great front runners, Cliff, right now. Federer, though, even if he gets behind, you still feel he's in pretty good shape. Don't know if I'd feel the same way about Agassi in this matchup. Against Federer, Federer can jump out on him quickly. It'd be hard, I think, for Andre to work his way back into it. So far, Agassi looking good on his own serve. An aggressive return there from Federer.
14.
Agassi had plenty of experience playing against another one, number one, by the name of Pete Sampras, 10-24 lifetime, including 0-4 against Federer.
5-9 against Sampras. Birdie holds here at 2-2. This tournament that, as we've shown you, has been his most successful. He has also tended, Patrick, to play the same tournaments year after year, hasn't he? Like San Jose has been a favorite of his,
Washington,
for example.
Not only does it show how much he likes this event, coming here 19 years in a row, but it tells you that he's, relatively speaking, been able to stay pretty healthy. He had that wrist injury years ago, and he's had some couple of nagging injuries here and there, but nothing that serious. It's a toe injury, Cliff, that he sustained in Pacific Life Open out in the California desert. So to happen overnight before he was set to play Hewitt in the quarters. That was the first time Agassi had ever pulled out of a tournament in the middle of the tournament in his career.
He is such good value, and when he comes to play, Agassi. I know that, I forget the cliche, but that's the truth about him. He takes this business very seriously. Wasn't always the case with Andre. Remember, the image is everything years. He was saying some stuff the other day, and I
Difficulty understanding it?
Yeah, no, he was saying about how people will...
He was.
He was, yeah. He was saying that like folks will come up with a picture of him in the old days with the long hair and everything, and he's really embarrassed. I mean, I thought, you know, he was different then.
Correction was good.
Quickly corrected by Lars Graf. Federer, no complaint. He agreed with that decision. Shot spot says actually it was out, so everybody was off except the linesman. Federer thought it was good.
Short-lived, and it's Federer who wins the game. 3-2, no breaks yet. Grounds of the NASDAQ 100. Under Agassi, live coverage of his semi-final match with Roger Federer. Federer leading by 3-2. No breaks of serve yet. No break points even so far.
15 love.
Very good stuff so far. Federer +6 in the differential. Agassi with just one unforced error. He's going to have to continue to serve well, Agassi, and get some cheap points with that first serve. Once Federer, if he can start to dig his claws into the rallies, and Agassi could be on the run a little more often than he would like.
13 up.
Federer, big soccer fan, also follows the National Hockey League because he hasn't had much luck this year. FC Basel, which is where he lives. His favorite soccer team. He says he knows all the players.
I bet they know him back in Switzerland. I mean, he's the man.
He is the man.
Yeah. That's the way. That's a great point from Agassi. That's exactly the type of rally that Agassi needs. Stick over in that backhand corner of Federer, and then wait for an opening. And then if you're going to go to the forehand, you better make it count. And boy, did he make that one count. Just exploded on that. That's exactly the kind of point that Agassi needs to play with regularity.
Game point, 40 love, 2-3.
Better make sure when you go to that forehand corner of Federer that you're going. Uh-oh. Because if you give Federer time on the forehand and you create an opening for him, he's going to make you pay.
Spectacular early career for Roger Federer. He's got a long way to go, obviously. Won 3 of the Grand Slams last year, 3 all in this first set. And we've been saying about how few matches he's been losing lately. 17-0 in finals, too, by the way. It's amazing.
July in 2003 was on clay in Stade. It was right after Federer won his first Wimbledon title. It's a big game. I mean, Agassi's in the match. It's 3-all. Oh, that's just unbelievable.
Agassi gets a great angle. Slice it, keeps it low. Federer off the high part of the net for a winner.
Well, he pulls him wide with this successive topspin, and then you're right, that's a great shot from Agassi. And Federer, just as I said, he'll find the opening that you give him.
You know, I feel like Federer feels a sense of urgency in this match right now that you don't often see from him. And the reason for that is because he feels, to some extent, correct me if I'm wrong, he's threatened by Agassi in the way Agassi's playing tonight. This is good stuff. 30-15. That's wide, 40-15 to Federer.
I wouldn't know if I would say, Cliff, since you asked me to correct you if you're wrong. No, I don't think you are wrong, but threatened, I'm not sure he feels threatened, but I think he realizes that it's time to elevate and it's time to pull out, whether it's going for that second serve return, hitting the clean winner. Certainly his best serving day so far he's had in the tournament.
Plus, P-Marcus, I mean, you played against Andre Agassi. I don't care whether he's number 12 in the world or number 9. He's Andre Agassi.
That's what Pete Sampras said.
Yeah,
when Andre went down to 141, he said, forget that. He said, that doesn't mean a thing.
Game point Federer.
They asked Sampras who his biggest rival was. He still said Agassi.
It's true, when he was all the way down.
Yeah. You can't play any better tennis than that.
Closes in so well, doesn't he? 4 games to 3, Federer. This is live NASDAQ 100 Open coverage. Rafael Nadal is in the final. The winner of this one will play him on Sunday. Agassi to serve, 3-4, no breaks of serve, still no break points, but some really terrific stuff. Both of them in a certain way on the edge are playing against each other. Well, you better be on the edge if you're playing Federer, obviously.
Well, footwork there from Agassi. Be careful now. The 3-4 new balls are flying through the air a little more quickly. That means it would help Agassi on the first serve, but on the second serve he's got to be careful. He doesn't like this call. Shot spot says it was wide. That's a heck of a second serve. Right back to that spot. It's gutsy too. At love 15, 3-4 go to the Federer forehand side with the second. Got to keep him honest.
30-15. Yeah, first slip in any set could and probably would be fatal for either one of these two.
It's interesting in that rally, normally there was an opening there for Agassi to go down the line with his backhand after one or two backhands, but he has so much respect for Federer, and knowing that if he doesn't go there with something very offensive that he's in trouble, then Federer took the initiative and went down the line and forced the error. That's where Federer's speed is so intimidating. Look what happens. Ooh, good pickup from Agassi. Oh, it's good. Oh, that almost went in.
That was a tremendous topspin lob from Agassi, and that was so well played. It wasn't even close back there. Another look.
A knife approach from Federer. And then, believe it or not, this thing actually almost curved in. Agassi sort of take a look at him like, whoa.
Game point.
Federer stepped around, and good hold there by Agassi. 4 games all. Our Sony Ericsson shot of the day, Cliff. This is a more strategic genius of Federer. We talk about how he can open up the court, let it roll here, play different shots. This is from the previous game. Watch his backhand slice. Now, as Agassi runs up to it, now freeze it right here. Now, the options for Agassi are very limited. Federer is already moving forward. Let it roll. He knows basically that Agassi's going to play it cross court, so he's cheating to that side. Then he's got time. Look at all the room up the line for Federer. That's how he can use the variety in his game and the genius to set players up to take advantage of their own weaknesses.
Give him credit, though. That was not an easy backhand to hit because he was over the high part of the net. That ball was pretty low. 15 love Federer at 4-4.
That's just how he can squeeze the options on his opponents with shots like that. Variety.
And see how he turns defense into offense in such a hurry there?
Well, again, on the run, on the forehand. And that's why Agassi earlier in the point, he could have gone down the line with the backhand. In fact, against most players, he probably would. But he knows that unless he hits basically a clean winner, he's going to then be on the defense on the next shot. That looked wide. Agassi said way wide. That one was clearly wide, as shot spot confirms.
Yeah, that was overrulable, that one. That one was so far out. Well, we'll soon have shot spot and the opportunity for the players to challenge, and that one would have definitely been challenged.
How soon?
U.S. Open time. I think before that, probably U.S. Open series.
Okay. Probably be a good idea to start it in the pre-tournaments, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. You wouldn't want to start something that different at the Open. 5-4 on serve. Agassi to serve when we come back. Roger Federer versus Andre Agassi in the second men's semi-final of the day. Rafael Nadal of Spain, teenager, is in the championship waiting for the winner. Best of 5 sets on Sunday. This is Agassi serving at 4-5. Has not faced a break point. Mutual respect, these two obviously brought up very different ways. Andre's dad, Mike, came from Iran, where he was an international boxer, boxed for the in the Olympic Games a couple of times. Came over here as a young man. But Mike had a tough early upbringing in Tehran. Roger Federer, on the other hand, was the product of union between a South African young lady and dad was from Switzerland. They met in South Africa, both in the pharmaceutical business, but tennis was in his blood from an early age, as it was in Agassi's. Love 30. Federer 2 points from the set.
Oh, that's a heck of a shot by Agassi. That love 30. Federer looking to attack again, and that's an amazing one-handed slice for Agassi on the run at this time of the set. Level of play continues to be just sky high.
Set points for Federer suddenly.
So much of what Federer does, Cliff, about squeezing those options. Agassi knew he had to go cross-court there into the forehand, and Federer set that up.
Oh man, you let up for just a second, and Federer will take advantage, and that's what happened. 6-4 first set to Roger Federer at this championship that has seen so many great champions of the past hold the trophy here. Michael Chang and so many others. Thomas Muster.